Tell me about Alexis. How did you conceive the idea of your band?
My band wasn't exactly my idea. I just started writing some songs last year. I was super scared to show it to anybody. It was just written by me, for me. But one day Ramanan said, we should start a band. I want you to sing. We can play R&B, soul. I said, yeah, cool. And we had a couple of jams. And then he started urging me to start writing music. And I told him I had some stuff, but I was really afraid to show it. Finally, I showed it to him. It was not R&B, it was not soul, it was nothing that he wanted to play, but he really liked it. And he said, let's do it, this is it. So that's it. My band was born of Rama and me. He brought Deepak on board, Kaushik, naturally, they're all in the same circle. And Srijant, the keyboardist, Michael introduced us, Michael of Mad Orange Fireworks.
Yeah.
So he jammed with us a couple of times and he just fits in really well. So here we have Alexis.
How did you get about singing, and how did you start this whole,
I started singing, I can't even put my finger on it. I think in my single digits, maybe 5, 6. I was just, whatever I heard on the radio, I tried to mimic and imitate. And I'm from one of those families where everyone gets together and has those parties and they're like, sing for us, dance for us. So it was kind of like the little singing monkey. And I used to sing Daisy, Daisy. And then I started learning piano and then the whole music thing started full swing for me.
Who do you have as an idol?
I honestly cannot name one person. I'm listening to random stuff every week. Some of the stuff I listen to, I don't even know what the name of it is. It just shows up on a YouTube playlist. But I remember when I first started seriously listening to entire albums was when Norah Jones's first album came out, the one with Don't Know Why and stuff like that. I just fell in love with her completely. And I'm not sure if I tried to sing like her, but she was one artist that I could relate to vocally. And now a lot of people tell me I sound like her, even though it's not deliberate. But of course, that's the biggest compliment ever.
What exactly do you write about? What's the lyrical content? What do you write about in general?
When I started writing, I was going through some stuff, and honestly, I would just write about whatever would be plaguing me most at the moment. Relationships, changes in my life. Very emotional, very honest stuff, which is why I didn't want to show anybody, because one look at those lyrics and anybody would know what was going on with me. So I can't write about something that I'm not completely going through. It's always something that's happening right now in my life.
But then, aren't you a little scared about what people might talk about, because you're putting your personal stuff out there?
I've tried to write stuff that's a little bit detached from what I'm going through, but it always ends up so mild and so dishonest, and it's not even musically great. The two go hand in hand so well. If you're not honest, your music does not end up sounding honest. And I tried to fight that, but that's the truth. So at this point, you can't really care about what people think beyond a certain point. I mean, I hope they like it, I really do, but I'm writing the truth, and not many people do like the truth at the end, right?
You guest performed with a lot of artists from Bangalore as well as from Mumbai. So how does this whole collaboration work for you?
All these people that I've performed with are friends of friends. So it'll just start with a casual living room conversation. Like, hey, I've got the show coming up. Why don't you sing a song? And I'll be like, yeah, I'd love to. It's a great opportunity, and thank you. So then we'll get up on stage and I'll sing a song, and it'll be so much fun. And as much as I can, I never say no to collaborations. I love it, and I'm grateful to anybody who asks me to join them on stage.
What about the recent Michael Jackson tribute you did? Can you tell us more about it?
So that was a phenomenal show. It's Mark Lazzaro's baby. He fronted it, he put it together, and it was such an incredible band. Bryden Lewis on guitars, Jonathan Wesley keyboard, Willie DeMo's drums, Gauravaz bass. What a band, man. All I can say from that show is it feels amazing to play with incredible musicians. They're just charging with talent, and to replicate, not even replicate, but do justice to Michael Jackson is something, it's a hard thing to do. And they did it.
Let's talk more about your band.
What about my band?
Yeah, about the people and what they do and how you actually.
I'm just going to tell you how I feel about every one of them. Ramanand is grumpy little cat. He rarely smiles, he rarely looks up from his guitar, but when he plays, he's got this subtlety that I love. I love subtlety and simplicity, and he just plays the right notes and they sound so beautiful. No overkill, no flash. Kaushik is so unassuming. I never even paid attention to him before, and then I heard him in a jam with Mad Orange Fireworks, and I heard him jamming my stuff, and he's so groovy, man. He just his body moves with the groove that he's playing, and it's just coursing through him, and that's when you know you're really feeling the groove. Deepak, of course, people won't shut up about Deepak and his amazing skills, but he really is a drum machine, so precise and so relentless, so tight, and he can play anything. He may prefer to play metal, but I assure you he will not be playing metal his entire career, only because everyone's going to want him to play. And for this gig, I've got one of my best friends, Deepa Jacob, singing backing. She's a beautiful girl and a beautiful singer, and we've been singing since college together. So not only having her on stage is musically reassuring, it's just moral support for me. So that's the band. Srijan, I just met when he joined the band, and he's this software hobo guy, and he knows everything about every band and every album on this planet. He's just a walking encyclopedia, and he has these cool toys that he messes with, and patches and things that just fit so perfectly into my songs. And when you give him a chance to just take a solo and play and just come up with something, he comes up with the nicest, most musical, simple things that fit so well. He adapts. He's like a chameleon. He just understands because his knowledge of pop culture and music is so diverse and so strong. I'm so honestly grateful to have this band and to have them want to play with me. I love them.
With the launch of the band and the gig today, so where do you actually see Alexis going or looking up to?
I'm kind of practicing this don't plan too much ahead thing. Plans almost always fall apart, and when you take it one step at a time, that's when you find that you're most impressed with how things are turning out. I really hope that people leave this place digging the music that we played, and remembering at least one hook from an original song, and finding that they could easily listen to the stuff and it's comfortable for them, that they didn't have to pay too much attention to anything in particular because it just fits perfectly. That's what I want for my music on the whole. I kind of just don't ever want to stop writing good music. I want to keep supplying the indie music scene here with good music and keep this live act ever evolving, fresh, fun, something that people want to go to even if they've seen before, and they want to come to our next gig because they know there will be something different and it will still be as fun as the first time.